Hello, I'm Paul William Harris, a cameraman, and this small video is all about what's on my rig. Now you might be observant to notice that I'm not using a DSLR. I'm using a camcorder. It's the Panasonic HC-X1000, brilliant camera, and the rig is the Neewer. It's the professional kit, and you might notice that I've altered it a little bit to suit my needs. What I've done, I've discontinued using the two long pipes at the back here with the weights, and it was not required. So what I've done was I've taken the two tubes from here and fitted them on to the back here, and two tubes of the same length from my other rig that I'm building, and put them up here. Now you may be asking, why did you do that? Well, because these tubes have got a female thread inside which is needed to bolt it onto this tube here which supports the camera. And these two have not got any thread on there. Now these stops screw on, but these stops are forced on. But it still looks good, doesn't it? Now I'll take you a tour around the camera to show you what I've done, what I've added. Let's start with the top, the handle, solid, everything is solid, made of steel, metal. And it's bolted onto these two tubes, which is then run through this C fitting, which is bolted onto the bottom, and then the camera is on the camera plate, which is bolted onto the tripod. Now just forget about these two receivers at the moment. I'll deal with them when we're talking about sound. But the only thing that is a little bit weak on this system is the back box. Now that's made of plastic. Now it does its job. Its job is to cut out the sunlight rays on the lens when you happen to be either filming into the sun or near the sun coming down. So it does its job, so it's no good criticising it. Now you may be wondering, how do you manage with neutral density filters then? Well, this camera has 3 neutral density filters built in. And when I've got it on intelligent auto, it selects the neutral density filter to correspond with the scene that we're filming. If I put it on manual, and then I can select the 3 neutral density filters I've got: 1/4, 1/16 and 1/64. If I get it wrong, the camera tells me. That's how good this camera is. Now coming down to the side here, we've got the focus pull unit. Now I had a bit of trouble with this, insofar as much. If I turn the camera right around, this is the on and off, start and stop, zoom control unit, and you can see it covers the focus wheel of the camera. So I was not able to use the thing that they give us. But I had to put my thinking cap on and see if I could utilize this or discard it altogether. But there was a way around it. First of all, you're going to slacken off the horizontal plate and pull it forward. Then you're going to slacken off the vertical plate and push it up as far as you can go, tighten it down. And then gently push the two together until the two cog wheels touch. And when that happens, just slightly give it a bit of pressure and turn it like that for the cogs to engage. And then tighten it all down. And as you can see, it works perfectly. There's no slack there at all. But we're not out of the woods yet, because this little knob is now touching the zoom ring on the camera, and it's not letting it turn around. So I had to discard this. The only way to do it is select it all off, take that off, discard it, and then I don't think you can see it, but I've had to put another washer and nut in there to tighten that vertical plate, a much smaller one. And it worked perfect. So I can do these focus pull shots now, which I've been always wanted to do with a rig like this. Then I'll move down to this new unit here, this other unit. It's the zoom control unit. It's attached to the camera via the lamp lead, which goes under the camera and up into the socket there, the plug. Now when you've got this on your shoulder, you've got your hand on this lever handle and your thumb on the focus wheel, and it's not only a zoom wheel, and zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. It's variable. You can go slow or you can go fast. And then just above that, alongside it, is the start stop recording button, and then alongside is the switch off button, which I don't ever use. But when you've got this on your shoulder, you've got one hand on the handle on the other side, one hand on this, and you're wandering around, you're in control of the zoom. And you're in control of the start stop as well, which is brilliant. Now coming back here, we go past the camera's door here, which houses the settings for the sound. We'll come back to that later. But I wanted to show you this. This is the Atomus Ninja Blade color monitor. Now this serves two purposes. One, the producers and directors that are standing behind me all the time trying to view what's in this LCD screen. Well, that's mine, that's the cameraman's. And this is what they view now. They can see exactly what the camera is recording. The second use is a recorder. In here there is a 120 gigabyte SSD card, and it records vision and sound. Everything that the camera is recording. The camera has two SD card slots, and they have been set to simultaneously, meaning that whatever I'm recording is being recorded onto the two cards at the same time. The reason for that is to create backups. If you're on an expensive shoot, you need to make backups. Don't rely on one card, because SD cards are notorious for failing anyway. So we have a backup there and we have a backup here. The only trouble is this is being filmed in 4K and this is being recorded in 1080p. But nevertheless, it's a backup if anything goes wrong. Get them into the studio, give them to the editing suite and lock them down. Don't ever allow them to leave the editing suite until the project is finished. People go along, they can say, oh, we need to film this. There's a bit of space on that card, we'll use that and bring it back. Out on the field, somebody formats it, because that's what you do when you're starting a new project. And Lord and behold, the footage of your last project is all been wiped clean. So lock it down, don't let anybody touch it until the project is finished. So that's the video side of it. Now we'll take a look at how we record sound. Now up here, as you said earlier, these are two receivers, and you might have guessed, yes, they are the Sennheiser AVX system. She broadcasts on 1.9 gigahertz as a frequency, and they are fantastic. You can set them up there. If you're in a loud arena, the group is blasting away, you can set it up. You've got 4 bars here, and you can set it to minus 20 dBs with 1 bar. Or you may be in a church, it's very silent and the minister is quiet. You can boost it up so you got 4 bars. Now the first one is marked up 1 lav. That means it's paired to the lavalier microphone. Now this has got a range of 300 feet and it's second to none. It really is clear, crisp sound from this. The second one is marked up 2 mic, and that's the stick microphone. Again, a range of 300 feet, and she's paired to number 2. And this could be used for indoors, or somebody on a stage giving a speech, singers, and so on and so on and so on. And on the other side, we've got the Sennheiser G3 system, but this one broadcasts on the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, and unlike the AVX, if you've got a dirty channel on this, then you've got to look for a clean one, and when you found a clean one, you're good to go. And there's loads of channels, you know, it doesn't take you long, 10 minutes to find a clean one, then you're good to go. Not like the AVX. If the AVX finds a dirty channel, it automatically looks for a clean one. And it does it so fast you wouldn't even notice it's doing it. So that's the beauty with these two systems. And I really do love the AVX system. Now, if we're out on a project and we just want ambient sound, then we either turn to the 2 stereo mics on the front of the camera, which I never use anyway, or I use the NTG1 shotgun microphone, which is this one here. I can also use these 2 here, which is on the Zoom controller. Now all of that is plugged in to the Zoom H6 field recorder, as you can see here. Now I can put 6 XLR microphones into this. I've got a module that fits 2 XLRs here, and 1, 2, 3, 4. And they all fit in here. We can monitor the sound coming in through the channels here. And if I'm peaking, the lights on the tops of the channels will flash, warning me that I am peaking. So the control on the sound is very good. Now, you may be saying, well, what about windy weather? Well, our sound man then will bring in, if I can find it, here it is, he'll bring in the Blimp, and inside there we've got the NTG 4 microphone and shotgun microphone, and it's inside the Blimp and with the dead cat on the top. This cuts out the wind completely when you're out and about in windy weather. He's got a long lead here, of course. I've thread the lead through the top of the pole, inside, all the way down, and it comes out at the bottom. And when he wants to extend this, it'll extend to 10 feet. He stretches it and he then takes up this slack. So after we sorted out the sound levels and got everything right, the sound man will press record. So he's making a backup of the recording here, the sound recording. I'm also doing 2 backups of it there as well. Can't emphasize enough on backups. The signal then is sent from here via 3.5 into channel 2. And back in the control room here, we open the doors and then we select, because it's coming in on channel 2, we need it to go on to channel 1. So what I do is select channel 2 on channel 1 and leave it in the channel 2 on channel 2. So now the signal is being recorded on both left and right channels, and that's how it comes out. Now we're nearly coming to the end of the tour. I think I covered everything. One little tip, that's all, and this here. there's so many of these things, yeah, and some of them are not accessible with, especially me with hands like shovels. I can't get at that one. I mean, I can't get at that one. To tighten them down is just bad. So what I've done here, I've got a little device on there which carries the Allen key. This is always with the camera. So any of these now get loose, it's tightened up with this. Now this little joint here you get from Small Rig has a hole in there, and you push the Allen key in, and this little nut comes off a tripod, and you tighten it down. Now the Allen key is with us all the time, just in case one of these ever works loose. And one last thing before we leave is the tripod head. Now I'm using the Vinton 6. It's the Pro Touch series 6, and as you can see, it's beautiful. I mean, the pan is so smooth, absolutely, and so is the tilt as well. I mean, look at that. The torque is on. It all depends on the weight of the camera, of course. The torque is on, and I can leave it and it sits there, won't move until I come and move it. The brakes, big knobs for the brakes, not these tiny little things. Big knobs for people with big hands, and one on the tilt and one on the pan. And just up there is a wheel which alters the torque on the pan. And if I swing the camera around, big knob here which sets the torque on the tilt. As I said, if you've got a heavy car, this one is just short of 5 kilos, by the way, and she's set now with this type of torque. But if you were doing something like a football match and you're up on the gallery and you've got to spin quickly, you might take the torque off on the pan and make it easier. But if you're looking for them beautiful follow pans and tilts, then you put the torque to suit you. Now you might think this is overkill. A guy came up to me the other day and he said, I don't know what you're using that for. I said I can do everything that thing can do with my smartphone. Well, my answer to that was, if someone's going to give you 10 grand to make a video, you're not going to turn up with a smartphone, are you? You walked away. But that's it, you know, you look professional, that's the thing. And I mean, you professionals out there will, you know, might be bored with this, but there's newcomers coming into the game, you know, the youngsters as well, taking a look at this. And my advice to you is try and get as much professional kit as you can, because it's reliable, it's sturdy, it's well built. Vinton makes pedestals for studios, and you want to see what these type of pedestals are, and if they can do that and they can come along and make a head for a tripod, then they know what they're doing. This is so well engineered, and show you attention to detail. If I press this little button here, the red light comes on over the level bubble. It stays on for 10 seconds and then it goes off. I mean, that's the type of tension, you know, that you'll get with professional kit. This type of thing. When you're working out in the field, you can feel, you feel good, because you know what you're working with is professionally well-built kit. I'd hate to be going out doing jobs for people who pay me good money and thinking that this could break down any minute or that could fail any minute. I'd be worried. I'd go grey. Well, I am. But you see the point, don't you? Try and try and try and get as much professional kit as you can. And, you know, well, this is the maximum that this camera will be kitted out for when we're out in the field. If we're just doing an interview, then these will be shut down, this will be gone, the leads will all be taken off and all put in the flight box that this camera belongs to. and this then goes onto the pole for the sound guy, and so on. Monitor, always used closed back headphones, which cover the whole of the year. These are brilliant. I monitor everything that the camera's taking in, and the sound guy, he monitors everything that the H6, Zoom H6 records. So we're all keeping a check on everything to make sure everything is right before we take. Thanks for watching. This is Paul William Harris. Goodbye.